I must say I'm kind of intimidated to come speak because I was glancing over at Kylie's talk and it's 3 pages long and typed, and mine is 1 page and bullet pointed with pen. So I'm Jeff Seville, and I was given this lovely opportunity to speak on about seminary. And in 9th grade, to me, I went because it was new and it was different than anything I've done before. In 10th grade, I went because it was a break and it was nice to get away from, the things of at school. And then 11th grade, I went so I could sleep in and get breakfast or something. And then 12th grade, I went just because so I could do my homework in that class, because we seniors, we suffer from senioritis. And it's also intimidating having you guys in my face. It's like you guys are so close. I started seriously taking seminary seriously after I got my mission call, because you soon realize very quickly that you have a big responsibility on your hands and you have a message to share with people. And so I ended up going and really paying attention to my teachers, and it became a class that I was really looking forward to and would go because I wanted to learn the gospel, not because that was a class it's because I wanted to. The best experiences I've had in seminary are special needs seminary, which I know some of you have had the privilege to do. It's such a great experience, and you get to work with these such pure spirits, and they can always put a smile on your face. I could have the worst possible thing in my life happen, and this one girl, Nicole, who's my buddy, she would just come and say, "Hi, Jeff," and she would make me smile. And I remember there's a time when I was in class and it was nearing the end of the semester, and I was going to go to a normal seminary class, and everyone was bearing their testimonies, and I was just sitting there, and I wasn't planning on bearing my testimony at all. And she's like, "Jeff, you go up now." And I was like, and she's like grabbing my arm and raising it, and you don't want to fight against it. So I go, and while I was speaking, I had a huge wave of the pure love of Christ and how he feels about me, and I just felt an overwhelming warmth and love from him. And it's so funny to think that after that, you go to a regular seminary class. Not that that's a bad thing, but I wasn't looking forward to it because it's much harder than working with the special needs, because they just instantly bring the Spirit with them, and then you actually have to for yourself, you have to work hard because you'll have those pure spirits to help you along the way. Last year at a school dance, my day asked me who my seminary teacher was at the time, and I said Brother Lomu, and I wasn't getting the reaction that I wanted. She's like, "Oh, he's so hot," and I'm like, "No, you don't think a seminary teacher is hot." So I had a bit of an expectation to look up to, and every time I looked at her, I just pictured Brother Lomu's face on her head. It's like he was watching me. A very low moment in my life was the first time I skipped seminary. It was in 9th grade, and my idea of fun in skipping seminary was going into the bathroom. And so me and my friend, I don't want to say who, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but we're in the bathroom, and a kid walks in. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "We're sloughing." And he's like, "In the bathroom?" And we're like, "Yeah, dude." And he's just like, "Okay." And so now I figured out that sloughing in the bathroom is not the greatest idea. It smells. Let's see. Now that seminary is over, I've been encouraged to start going to Institute, and it's mostly for, to get to know people, and it's very awkward when you go and you see a teacher from Alta going there. It's like, are we supposed to be getting to know each other in some different way than at school? At the beginning of this school year, I met a very amazing kid named Jake Turner. He changed my life. He just recently got baptized. There was he was in my theater class, and I've never met him before, and he lives just down the street from me. And I was driving home, and I see him walking up the hill, and he has a disorder, and he has to wear these leg braces, and I drove past him, but something kept telling me to go back and pick him up. And so I felt really proud of myself. I'm going to follow the Spirit and go turn around and pick him up. So I turn around and I go, and I'm like, hey, you want to ride? And by that time, he just got in front of his house. Like, he's like, no, I just got home, but thanks. And so I felt like I had this moment to shine and, show the Savior that, I'm following his promptings. So later that year, me and him continued on just being friends, me and Jake. And he one day came to me and he's like, Jeff, I want you to baptize me. And I was like, what? And then the senior class president for Alta, Braden, Bowen, started talking to me. He's like, yeah, I introduced him to the scriptures, and he wants you to baptize him. And I suddenly felt a great weight because all this time, Jake's told me he's been bullied and, his life hasn't been the way he wanted it to be. And I started thinking to myself, I should have gave him the scripture, a Book of Mormon, a long time ago. But the time might have not been right then, and it is now. So we ended up having the discussions with the missionaries. We went to the temple together and talked to the sister missionaries. And he was challenged to read one verse out of the Book of Mormon a day, and he ended up reading the entire thing in 2 weeks. And so as we continue with the discussions, they're asking him questions, and he answers them, and I don't even know the answers to them. And I'm thinking, this kid should be baptizing me. He's a lot brighter than I am. So the baptism came, and I ended up doing it, and it was the scariest thing I've ever had to do. It was more scary than being in a play or playing in a soccer game. And I'm very thankful for that experience. I learned that by being a friend, simply by being a friend to someone, you can change lives, and just being friendly. It's amazing what the Lord can put in front of you. One of my favorite seminary teachers, Brother West, one day after when seminary was about to get out, all the kids were waiting by the door, waiting for the bell to ring, and I was just sitting in my chair minding my own business. And he comes over and he's like, Jeff, so you got your mission call, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you have any plans when you get back home? And I'm like, well, I plan on going to school. And he's like, no, I know what you're thinking. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the hunt. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, the prowl and everything that, and I'm like, and he's like, I know, I can see right through, you return missionaries and people are planning, you act humble and stuff, but we know all you're thinking about 90% of the time is girls. And so things don't get less awkward from there. I went to the bathroom. I know this, I don't want to put a vision in anyone's mind, but that the urinals are next to each other. And so I'm, minding my own business, and all of a sudden I hear, hey, what up, Seville? And I look, and it's Brother West again. And then he's like, do you know what we're doing right now? And I'm like, using the restroom. He's like, no, we're bonding. That's what we're doing. So I'm just very thankful because, we're all human, and even though he might be a seminary teacher, he still has, that personality of fun, and it's helped me along the way. It's weird to think that, this is it. After this year, a lot of us won't even see each other again. And I've been very thankful for all my friends and everyone that's helped me along the way to get to all of us to where we are now. And I'd like to close my testimony that I know this church is true. And I'm so excited to go on a mission and see my friends leave. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.